Hi all, this is Dana here. In this video, I'm actually going to be talking about something that a lot of people aren't aware of, and that's the growing trend of men doing embroidery and cross-stitch and things of that nature, textile arts. The title of this video is called Manbroiderers, and that was actually a term that was coined, as far as I know, by Jamie Chalmers. You can see in the video right now. His business name is actually Mr. X Stitch, or Mr. Cross Stitch. And he's a really neat guy in that he actually found out about cross-stitch by buying a small kit to do on the plane when him and his wife were going on vacation. And he kind of fell in love with the craft. He realized it was so simple and it created such beautiful products. And now he goes around and he discovers really neat things that other people are doing with embroidery and cross-stitch and other types of needlework. And it's really, really interesting. And I think it's really cool that this guy is doing this really, what would normally be considered maybe a traditional sort of a woman's craft, but he's really showing that anybody can do this, and it is actually really suitable for anybody, particularly if you're wanting to start a hobby or relax or pretty much do anything that's going to calm you down and just give you something to focus on other than your really busy day at work and whatnot. So what I'm going to be doing is just discussing a few other people other than J.B. Chalmers. In this next clip, you can see a YouTuber called Stitcher Moose, and he's really cool. His videos are hilarious. He's got a really good, dry sense of humor, and he's really neat in the sense that he started, part of the reason he started was he was inspired by his grandmother and other artistic people in his family. And he does these really neat videos, like he's basically showing what he's working on and what he has done. You can see he's done some really beautiful pieces in some of the screenshots I'm showing here. So he's another really good example of, your sort of manly men doing what would be considered sort of a feminine craft. And I really, really love the idea of breaking traditions, of mixing up what's considered art and what's considered craft. And I think this is people like Stitcher Moose and Mr. X Stitch are just amazing. Another really, really interesting man is Kaffe Fassett. He is really well known for being a knitting designer, but he's also designed needlepoint and rugs and tapestry and quilts. And he's very, very well known for designing really beautiful, rich, vibrant colors and patterns. His work is really incredible. And his work, along with obviously like fashion designers like Dolce & Gabbana, Armani, this just goes to show that just because you're a guy doesn't mean you can't either get involved in textile arts, either as a hobby or as a career. I think, gender should not limit what you're doing. And I wanted to make this video just to show that there are lots of really talented men out there doing this and to encourage guys to get into this. Like, don't be worried about what other people think. It's fine. Just do what you're doing, and you'll probably find that not only that you really enjoy the craft, but it brings out more of your creativity, which is what I want for everybody. I think being able to use your hands is a very interesting experience in that it really slows you down. It forces you to focus on something right in front of you. It's very tactile. You can touch the fabric and the threads and whatnot. And it really, really does help to slow you down. And there's lots of studies proving that handcrafts and particularly needlework are very, very good at basically creating a meditative state in your mind. So another thing that I'm wanting to show you here are some patterns of different, what would be considered traditional textiles, like for men, like houndstooth and different kinds of tweed and things like that. One project that I'm considering starting is designing some small patterns that are more designed for guys, like either using traditional patterns like the houndstooth and whatnot, and either keeping them traditional colors, like the neutral colors, or doing some really wild, funky versions of the colors, which is where I tend to go with a lot of my designs. My designs are very bright, bold, sort of jewel tones. And the reason I'm sort of thinking about doing this little set of designs is I was reading Reddit one day, and there was a woman who was actually looking for patterns for her boyfriend. He was a stitcher, and he wanted like basically a project bag pattern, so sort of smaller than a messenger bag, but he wanted to be able to create his own bag so that he could carry around his needle, like make a little needle holder, make a little scissor holder, things like that. And I kind of realized that there isn't actually a lot of stuff that's designed for men, or stuff that men would, traditionally feel comfortable doing. I mean, like, I know there's lots of guys who like florals and things like that, and that tends to be a lot of what cross-stitch patterns are. Even some of my work is a lot of florals. They're quite different than traditional ones. But I was thinking it'd be really nice to offer something for people who maybe want to do something a little bit more masculine, even for women. I mean, I know I personally don't, I'm not very girly in that I don't have anything that's like really, covered in flowers and things like that, that I wear. So I thought it would be really nice to design something that's maybe a little bit more on the masculine end, and to help encourage some guys to get into stitching and make a little project that they can easily do. So what I'm thinking of doing is potentially designing some like needle covers, bags to carry the materials around, scissor fobs, scissor holders, things like that. But what I would actually like my viewers to do is to comment below and let me know if this is something that you might be interested in, or if you know people who might be interested in this. Like, basically what I'm wanting is to get some feedback about whether you personally would prefer to do it neutral colors, or whether you'd like brighter colors, or just that kind of thing. I think it'd be really interesting just to see what people want, and then I can sort of take those ideas and use my own style, obviously, and design things that people would be interested in stitching. So please like this video if you think this is a good idea. The more likes I get, the more indication I get that it is something that people would actually be interested in doing. And also please indicate in the comments whether you would prefer something like really bright colors, or more traditional colors like neutrals and things like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for now. Please don't forget to like this video as well, just because it does help with the channel. It helps people find this channel, and I'm really trying to make sure that as many people who want this kind of advice and help can access it. You're always, of course, more than welcome to contact me via the comments section, or you can contact me on my Facebook page. There's a handy little gadget Facebook page. I'll put the link to that in the video description. And also, if you have any projects that you're working on, or any problems that you're having with your projects, I'd love to see photos of what you're working on. I think that's awesome watching what people are doing. So please feel free to post pictures onto my Facebook page of what you're working on, particularly if you have any questions, like you're getting stuck, or you're losing your inspiration, or you have a problem you're not sure how to solve. Please let me know, and I'll do my best to help you out. Yeah, and so that's it for now. Like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. Please give me some feedback about whether this is something that you would like. And if you know of any other manbroiderers out there who might be interested in this, please share it to them. And I would also love to hear about other male designers who are working in the needle crafts. I think it's fascinating seeing how something that is sort of usually traditionally considered a woman's craft is now sort of becoming more accepted amongst both genders, which I think is awesome. Like, I've probably got about 18% of my viewers are men, and I think it's great. I think everybody should get involved in some kind of hobby, especially tactile hobbies. And this was cross-stitch is so simple. It's really cheap to start doing. Anybody can learn how to do it. So I think it's a great hobby, and I would really love to encourage more people to get into it. So that's it for now. I will talk to you later. Bye for now.